Hello, it's me, and today I'm gonna show you a book called Diary of a Wimpy Kid Wrecking Ball. It came out about a year ago from this video, and it's a very good book. It's about Greg Heffley. This time, he's still dreaming about being famous, rich, and all that. He also gets a little bit on with chores and new house. So basically the plan of the book is he's dreaming of being famous, and then they're doing some chores, and then they're gonna move to a new house because there are wasps in the jacuzzi and a few other things, and then they're trying to sell the house, but then they got, well, the jacuzzi, they tried to get rid of it, and then they blew the chimney up and crushed the sofa. And then they decided to live in that old house again because they're like, why not? This bit was quite funny. I'll read you a few pages, I bet. But I got kind of tired of waiting, so I decided to try and create a situation where I was guaranteed to be a hero. I figured if I saved somebody from a dog attack, they'd make a statue of it and put it in the town park, which would be pretty cool. Sorry. Rowley didn't seem to so sure about my idea when I explained it to him. But when I said he'd be a part of the statue too, he changed his tune. Sorry, I caught a cold like a few days ago, so it's getting better. So I got the bacon out of the refrigerator and had Rowley stuff it in his pockets. Then we went around the neighborhood looking for some dogs. Bang, bang, bang. We did attract some dogs, but they weren't the kind I was looking for. Rowley got so nervous about the dogs following us that he ate the uncooked bacon, which I've heard can be really bad for you. So I told his parents what had happened. They took him to the doctor just to be sure. I guess I saved Rowley's life after all, which sort of doesn't make me a hero, if you think about it. I don't know if that's really the kind of thing they'd make into a statue. Maybe I'm thinking too small with this statue idea anyway. If I do something really big, they'd make my birthday into a national holiday. That would be pretty awesome because everyone will get the day off school and work, and they'd have me to thank for it. The thing is, whenever there's a day off school for a national holiday, I'd never even think about the person it's named after. I just hope that on my birthday people will spend the whole day reflecting on my life. But with my luck, they used it as an opportunity to sell furniture or something. It's Greg Heffley weekend, holiday sale. With prices so low, it's crazy. Recliner sofas, mattresses, side tables. And yeah, there he goes, dreaming about being famous again. I'll read it a little bit from the start to get you an idea about what's sort of going on. That's called the crowds. You know, that stuff in the bathroom, like the black stuff, yeah. And he thought that was like an actual monster. Also, there is, before I tell you some of the story, number 1 is Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Road Rules, The Last Straw, Dog Days, Ugly Truth, Cabin Fever, The Third Wheel, Hard Luck, Old School, Double Down, The Getaway, The Meltdown, Wrecking Ball, The End. I'm sure they made some more. Actually, no. I think I know all of them, but I don't think they made any more yet. They will, hopefully. There's also more from the Wimpy world. Wimpy Kid Do-It-Yourself book, Wimpy Kid Movie Diary, Wimpy Kid Movie Diary, the next chapter, Diary of an Awesome Friendly Kid, Rowley Jefferson's Journal, Rowley Jefferson's Awesome Friendly Adventure, and there's one more. We have this, and I'm sure we already showed it to you. If not, please go and comment in the chat, and we will. There's also a spooky story, I think it was called, of Rowley Jefferson, 2 Scooter. March Sunday. I read that in ancient times they used to bury kings and pharaohs with all their possessions. Back then I guess they thought you could take your things with you into the afterlife. Well then, if I get buried with all my junk, I might really regret it later on. Look at how much junk he has. Mom says Mom's having me to do some spring cleaning to get rid of the things I didn't need. Well, that seemed to be like a good idea until I realized how much stuff I actually got. I spent the whole morning going through my closet and it's crazy how much was packed in there. And it's not like an organized or anything, but I've basically been throwing things in my closet since we first moved in. Chuck. Digging through my closet, I realized like going back through my childhood. The further back I went, the further back in time it took me. The stuff nearer the front of the closet was all junk I tossed in there over the past year, like homework and comic books. But after I got those things out of the way, I started finding stuff I'd forgotten about. I found a model rocket I got from a parent's birthday and a costume I wore for Halloween a few years ago. And there was a bunch of other things I didn't know I still had. That's the rocket, probably. Model rocket. When I dug a little deeper, I found something I thought I lost years ago. It was a binder full of stickers I collected in 3rd grade. I used to be obsessed with stickers, especially the scratch and sniff kind. I collected all the good smells, like bubblegum and candy floss and that sort of thing, but I had all the really gross ones too. So when a kid on my street wanted to know what giraffe poop or rotten meatloaf smelled like, they'd come to me. One of these days I'm going to write my autobiography, and it's going to include scratch and sniff stickers to mark all of the different modes of my life. And that's when I realized I stepped in dog poop. Scratch here. I kept digging through my closet and found stuff from kindergarten, like a fish I made tracing my hand on a piece of card. I used to love doing art and crafts back then, if anyone ever tried to bully me they'd get a face full of glitter. Whoosh, cough, cough. Another project I found in my closet was a gift I made for my mom in preschool but never gave her. It was a flat paper flower with a picture of my face in the middle, glued to the top-stick. When I made the thing, I put it in a little plant pot filled with earth, but I tripped on the front step on the way home from the school that day, and that's why I never gave it to her. Smash trip. There's a tiny plant. And yeah. It's a very good book. I'll read you a little bit of the end to get a little more of an idea. Let's see. Let's see. I can't find it. Wait a second. I know a very funny bit. But like, yeah. One time, Mom forgot to check on Roderick before she went to sleep and didn't realize she was out there until the morning. It took something like 2 weeks for Roderick's skin to smooth out so he could stop looking like a prune. And during that time, his high school had their ear back process taken. Poor Roderick. After a few months back, Dad drained the hot tub, and there hasn't been any water in it since. I was hoping we'd get rid of that thing before we caused any serious damage. Since we were staying in the deck near the hot tub today, I heard a buzzing noise, and I thought maybe somebody accidentally left the heater running. Buzz. So I lifted the cover over to check, and as soon as I did, I knew I was in trouble. Some wasps made a nest underneath the cover, and now they all stirred up. If I made a sudden move, I was gonna get stung. I don't know what to do, but Roderick made the decision for me. Sploosh. Wasp went berserk. I dropped the hot tub cover and then ran for it. Somehow me and Roderick both managed to get inside without getting stung. We were really lucky because I read that wasps can sting you multiple times, unlike regular honeybee, which can only sting you once. I wonder what it's like knowing that if you sting someone, you'll die. If I was a honeybee, I would be tempted to use my stinger every day, especially when I was surrounded by bees my age. I know what you are, but what am I? I know what you are, but what am I? Point, switch, dress. And then there is this. When I got to the top, I started scooping the muddy slop from the gutters into the trash bag. I was holding it in my other hand. That meant I couldn't hold on to the ladder, and it was hard to keep my balance. After I cleared out that section, I climbed back down and we moved the ladder to another spot. But on my fourth trip up, I noticed the ladder was a little more wobbly than usual. I yelled at Roderick to help the ladder steady, but I didn't get any response. And when I looked to see if he was on his phone or something, he wasn't even there. That's when I looked through the bathroom window and saw Roderick inside the house. I knocked on the glass to get his attention, but I must have leaned too far because the ladder started tilting to one side. It was too late for me to try and climb all the way back down, so the only place was to go up. I climbed on the top of the ladder and grabbed the edge of the roof with my both hands, and then pulled myself up to it. I did it just in time too, because the second I stepped off the ladder, it went crashing to the ground. Now I was stuck on the roof with no way to get back down. I yelled, hoping Mom or Dad could hear me, but I'm pretty sure Dad was in the laundry room fixing the washing machine. I haven't seen Mom all morning. Then I spotted Mr. Ladrocker driving his lawnmower out of his shed, and I thought I was saved. I tried shouting at him, but he couldn't hear me over the sound of the mower. I figured I could get Mr. Ladrocker's attention by throwing some of the gloop from the gutters in front of his mower to get him to stop and look up. So I scooped up some of the sludge and aimed it for the spot in Mr. Ladrocker's path. But I guess I miscalculated a little because I nailed the mower with a direct hit. Splap. And believe me, I couldn't make that shot again if I had 100 more goes. Mr. Ladrocker stopped his mower and tried to figure out where the ambush came from. I decided maybe it wasn't so bad to be stuck on the roof after all, and I scrambled over the other side where he wouldn't be able to see me. I hid behind the chimney, which was the only shady place in the roof, and even there it was pretty hot. I knew I could be in for a long wait, and after a while I started worrying about getting dehydrated. I took off most of my clothes because I don't want to sweat much. I thought that if I got really desperate, I might be able to wring some moisture out of my socks, but I was really hoping I didn't come to that. I knew if I didn't do something to save myself, I'd eventually find me in one of those satellite photos. It was too far to jump down, so that was out of the question. And even if I landed on the back deck without killing myself, those wasps would probably finish me off. Then I remembered there was a window on the side of the house above the garage, so I lowered myself down from the roof over the ledge, which was barely within reach. Luckily, the window was unlocked, so I opened it wide enough for me to fit inside and squeeze through. And that's how much I'm gonna reach, since, you know. And there, he's trying to make his house 100% out glass, so that he can see everything. And he's saying that he won't go to Roderick's house when it's all there. And yeah. And yeah, still very bonkers to stay safe if there is a natural disaster, like tornado or something. And then yeah. Blub blub blub. And then wife Becky. Job rockstar. Of kids 1. Pets cat. Location iceberg. That's really funny. Yeah. They're moving to the other house with a swimming pool in it. And then try to make it look clean. And all the other stuff. And I wrote some extra stuff with a stick to give me a little wiggling, just in case. Best friends. They cried. And then there goes the hot tub. Yeah. And then they crunched it. And then that's what happens. Ooh. And then they just stayed anyway. That's Noah's Ark. And he's wondering if there aren't any cool things that didn't make it. This is another book called The Deep End. I already read it. It's really nice, and I hope you get to try it someday. And yeah, this is the end. Thank you for listening, and goodbye.